Hey, what is going on, my fellow Sagittarius? Is Butch here. I am going to do your 1 week read. It is a general read, so it may not resonate with everyone. It is for your sun, moon, rising, and your Venus. For all you cross watchers, roles can be reversed. Always feel free to comment down below. I am going to be using the Tarot of Dreams. With all that being said, let's get it. Universe, what is going on for Sagittarius? What message do we have for Sagittarius? All right, Sagittarius. So the first thing I see is I feel like something big is happening. And it's something I feel like you really didn't see coming. It's already started. Whatever this alteration is coming, it's coming quickly, and I feel like it's already began. For some of you, this is someone that you may already be in a relationship with, and I see it taking a big jump forward. For others, it could be someone this could be something new altogether. But I feel like things were kind of stagnant either way. Either a stagnant relationship that really kind of got into a limbo territory, or stagnant when it comes to dating in general. Like not really finding someone that really matched what you wanted. Someone that really showed up for you. But with this, like I said, there's it starts in a conversation. I see someone opening up to you. I see someone communicating with you. And I feel like with this person, like I said, I mean, if you're already dealing with somebody, you're already in a relationship with somebody and it got stagnant, this could be them finally opening up, finally committing. Or, like I said, for others, it could be someone meeting someone that's actually looking for something real. Tired of all those bums that don't want a real relationship. They just want to play around. But whatever it is, like I said, with that King of Cups, it's that emotional openness. It's that emotional maturity. Someone that's looking for something real. I mean, it could even be a friend that wants more. I mean, it's very open-ended here. But I feel like this person finally knows what they want. Like I said, I mean, it could be someone that you already in a relationship with that has finally decided to commit, to finally stop fighting their feelings for you. It could be a friend that's stopping fighting their feelings for you, or someone, like I said, someone new altogether coming in that just knows what they want in life. Because sometimes I feel like we get interrupted by these people that act like they know what they want, but they have no idea. But for whoever this is, I mean, they know what they want. And I feel like this energy, it's moving very quickly. With this person, they think about you. They only think about you. They are committed to this. So it's either a new commitment or a past person that's finally ready to commit. Either way, I see a lot of forward movement here. And I feel like what you've been waiting for is happening. I see a lot of emotional fulfillment from this. I see a lot of your cups being filled. Finally getting what you want. Finally getting what you deserve. A true partner. Someone that's giving you all of them because you gave them all of you. Nurturing and protecting each other. And not individually, but each other. They nurture and protect you. You nurture and protect them. It's two people being on the exact same page in life, wanting the same things out of life, and not having to force it. It's coming very naturally. And I mean, it's a lot of honesty. It's a lot of honesty. I see this as someone who's going to be very honest. And I feel like as a Sagittarius, I know I can't get enough honesty. And what I mean by that is sometimes people try to sugarcoat shit for me. I don't need that. Sometimes people don't say they don't want to tell me the whole truth because they're trying to, protect me, or they're trying not to offend me. I don't get offended. I really don't. I'm not saying I never get offended, but it really takes a lot to get me offended. So to all y'all cross watchers out there, don't sugarcoat shit for us. We don't need it. We can handle it. And at the end of the day, we respect it. I respect honesty. You're going to tell me something, don't half-ass it. Go all the way. Now, there's a difference between being honest with someone and being offensive. I don't get offended, but other people might. Not all Sagittarius are like me. But stop sugarcoating shit. We don't need it. We get a lot further, a lot quicker, with complete honesty. And yeah, maybe it might not want what we want. It might not be what we want to hear, but we can process it, and we can understand where you're coming from. It's one of the great things about being a Sagittarius. We're very negotiable. With this person, I see a strong bond growing. And this bond continues to grow. And then we have the Strength card as well. So I feel a strong connection in this bond, and I feel like this bond continues to grow. Now that we're able to be open with each other, now that we're able to communicate with each other, and now that we're finally ready to commit to each other. The bond keeps going stronger. And being in a relationship like this where that the other person knows they want and isn't bullshitting you, isn't hiding stuff from you, it gives you the ability to see things in a different perspective. A lot of times when people if you're with someone and they're telling you that, they want this or they don't want it, but in their head, they really don't know either way, that can get confusing. Some people tell us things that they don't need to tell us. And some people don't tell us things that they need to tell us. Some people are like, yeah, I really want to be in this relationship. And their mouth says something, but their actions say something else. And then there's some people that really feel like they're in the relationship, but they're just acting. I never understood any of that. I never understood why people act a certain way. If you're not sure, let's talk about it. Let's get it out in the open. Now, not only is this connection going to grow stronger romantically and passionately, but I feel like the friendship is going to grow as well. And there is nothing wrong. It's actually one thing that I really highly recommend in a connection, in a romantic connection, is really diving into that friendship. Nothing better than having a partner that's your best friend. Nothing better. And I feel like that's only going to cause this to grow deeper. You know, I just see a lot of depth. You know, not only do I see forward movement, I see happiness, emotional fulfillment. I mean, we have happiness and forward movement. You know, finally being able to move forward without that shit holding us back. You know, one of the worst things to be is in a relationship where you don't know what the other person's thinking, where you don't know if they're on the same page. You know, not knowing has got to be the worst thing. So sometimes knowing the bad shit is helpful. Knowing the good stuff is also helpful. But keeping a person in the closet, that is not helpful at all. It's not helpful for you. It's not helpful for them. But like I said, with this person, I see a lot of forward movement. You know, I feel like this person's going to open up to you. I feel like this person's committing to you. And I feel like it's going to be one hell of a ride. You know, finally going out of their way to make you happy, to make themselves happy. You know, making huge gestures towards you to show you how much they care about you. I feel like that's going to be a huge part of this. So like I said, I mean, in the beginning, this could be someone that you're already with that it got kind of stagnant. It kind of got to a level where it wasn't really moving forward. Or it could be someone new and just getting rid of the stagnant energy of past people, past relationships that never really knew what they wanted, never really worked out. Having someone that knows what they want, whether it be someone that you're already with, finally deciding to make the commitment, or having someone new come in that is ready for a commitment. Either way, a lot of forward movement. And I mean, it gets deeper and deeper. You know, this is a very deep connection. And with the Lover's card, I mean, we're talking about, again, with that iceberg love. Sometimes we can be in the relationship with the right person, but as long as they're holding back, we'll never get to where we're meant to go. You know, that's the thing. We knew something was there, but we just didn't see it because we had to get closer to it. The closer we got, to realize how big this really is. And don't fret. I see a lot of physical happiness as well. You know, I do feel like this translates into a better, let's be adults. I feel like it translates into a more intimate, a better sex life. You know, more intimate. Not just sex as in the physical intercourse, but, you know, more intimacy leads to more passion. More passion leads to, you know. So, I mean, there's so many positives coming from this. I mean, like I said, it's being there for each other. It's showing up for each other. Having two people on the same page. Two people that are committed to each other. And I feel like the connection between the two of you will continue to grow. Now with this person, we have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We have Gemini, we have Libra, and Aquarius. There's some Pisces, Scorpio. That's the thing a lot of people miss in relationships. You know, it's, you know, when you're in a relationship with someone and you know you want to be with them, but you have a hard time expressing that to them. And, you know, maybe your relationship is lacking something, so you're not really sure. You know, sometimes we're with people and we think, you know, everything on this side is great. We have a great connection. We have a great friendship. But I'm just not sure that they're committing to me. So I'm not going to commit to them. Now, what that does is it has this gap between the two of you. Now, when you're honest with each other and you're direct and you realize you both want the same thing, it brings you closer to each other. Having that distance between each other, think about trying to be intimate with somebody while laying 3 feet apart. We got to close that gap. And that is not just with intimacy, that is with just being direct with each other, with your actions, with your, with your words. If you want somebody to completely commit to you, you have to be completely committed to them. Or then you're expecting something you're not giving. And it doesn't work that way. I had the same thing with me and my partner. Me and her always felt like we had this distance, even though we've been together for 15 years. And we had some breaks. We broke up a few times. But we always got pulled back together. But every other time we got pulled back together, it was like we were here, we got pulled back together. But we stayed here. But lately, I feel like we're really gelling. We're really getting to a point where we're honest and direct. We talk about problems that we have with each other. We talk about things that we want to see from each other that we haven't seen. Some people that causes a bigger distance because you realize that you're not on the same page and you're probably never going to be. But for the right person, it brings you closer. And then you get to this place where you become one. And I'm telling you, there's no other feeling like that. I feel so much like we were together for 14 years without feeling as close as we do the last few months. And I feel like we're finally heading in a place where we have a standard ground. We're on the same page. We're heading the same direction. We want the same things. But it's hard to know what the other person wants if you're not honest with each other. If you're afraid to ask the questions, don't expect to get the answers. And sometimes, unfortunately, when we ask the hard questions, we get the answers, and it's not the one we want. But that helps us move on. It's one of those things. Quick story. 2 friends of mine, they're still friends of mine, but they're not together anymore. They were together for 3 years. They had a great relationship. But one of the things they didn't talk about was having kids. He doesn't want kids. Never wanted them. She always did. Now, if they would have had that conversation earlier, they would have saved themselves the 3 years. It took them 3 years to have that conversation. Sometimes it doesn't work. But I'm a Sagittarius. I'm an optimist. I try to see the silver lining in everything. And I remember she was talking to Rose one night, and she was saying how she couldn't believe he wasted her time. And I mean, to be the devil's advocate, I was, I stepped in and I kind of asked her, I'm like, did you guys talk about it? Did you ask him if he wanted kids? And she's like, I never asked. I'm like, well, shame on him for not telling you, but you didn't ask. And she's like, well, it's kind of a given. I'm like, it's not really though. Some people don't. I have friends that have been together years, 10. I have 2 friends that I can think of right now that have been together 10, 11 years. They don't want kids. They have a couple dogs. That's what they want. They're happy. But it's like that though. I mean, sometimes we grow apart and that happens, but there's certain issues that should be non-negotiable. If you want kids or if you have kids, you probably shouldn't try to pursue someone that doesn't want kids. But And it's not to say people don't change. You know, maybe in a few years he'll want kids. I doubt it, because he's always kind of stuck to that idea. And I've never seen him ever, you know, but sometimes people grow older and they want different things. So, I mean, it happens, but I feel like if you're pretty set on something like that, and that's just an example, there's multiple things that are kind of deal breakers that you should talk about early on. But the relevance to this to the read is the fact that, you know, sometimes we need to be open with each other, and open in a place. Sometimes that being open with each other can get a little dicey. But there's certain conversations that we need to have. You know, and sometimes you are with the right person, you know, and sometimes it takes us time, because like sometimes it's hard for a person to open up to, you know, one person may be on, you know, ready to commit, and then you meet people that aren't. But as long as we're truthful with each other, we shouldn't have that problem. And I know that's not all on you to be truthful. The truth works both ways. You know, sometimes we're ready for commitment earlier than other people. And that's another thing too, is sometimes we're with someone that hasn't committed to us fully yet. It doesn't mean they won't. It just means they're not there yet. But, you know, some people want to get married. Some people don't. Some people will never want to get married. Some people, they want to find that person, get married, settle down, have kids, you know, buy the house, white picket fence. They want all that. And some people don't want to get married, don't want to have kids. They want to travel all the time, party all the time. But like I said, sometimes it's like that saying goes, sometimes you got to go through the rain if you want the rainbow. I think I got a little off topic, but I hope you get what I'm saying. You know, I'm just saying, if somebody has an idea in their head that is completely off the table, chances are that won't change. Some people are just still on the fence. You know, there's some people out there that say they're not really ready for kids now, but they're not leaving it out of the future plan. And some people are pretty dedicated to it. But that's what I have for you. Be good. Take care. Stay safe.